Hello, friends. It's your girl, Venice Antoinette,
and Amo Chanel,
here with another episode of
Sip and Spill.
And today we're here to talk to you about.
We're here to talk about our top 6 most controversial moments. Some of the topics we've covered have definitely gotten a lot of, feedback from you guys and some strong opinions.
Mm-hmm.
And we are here to talk about them. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right, so the first on our top 6 list that we're going to talk about is cheating forgivable, which was a topic we talked about with Jaymes, Lindsay, and that one was real controversial.
Yes. His opinion was no, you shouldn't forgive it, especially from a guy. And we kind of were expecting him to have the opposite viewpoint because I think women go into situations thinking, I'm going to have to forgive a man for cheating someday. It's sad to say, but I feel like a lot of women have that viewpoint. So that was controversial. Some women think yes, some women think no.
Yeah, and then it was controversial because he said it's completely non-forgivable for a woman to cheat versus a man. Like, he later said you should forgive a man, but at first he was saying it's forgivable for a man, but not for a woman. So that was like a huge controversy in our discussion.
And his opinion on cheating, smiling too much.
Yeah, smiling, hugging. Like, basically just having a friend of the opposite sex is basically cheating.
Or being friendly, period.
Yeah, like... Yeah, so check that episode out down below. Yeah. The second controversial topic we're going to talk about is actually with Jeremy, which was, does body count matter? This was a huge controversial topic. Our social media, YouTube, everything blew up over this episode. Like, because so many people have so many different opinions about it. So even us, like, we couldn't come to an agreement with him. Like, it was just...
And his opinion was so extreme and so strong, and, like, he was not willing to see any other... So that kind of brought a lot of controversy about, and a lot of people had strong opinions about what he had to say.
Yes, because in his opinion, as you see when you watch the episode, he felt like a woman who had more than 5 bodies should not be wifed. That was his opinion. So, as you can imagine, that caused a lot of controversy on the show and on social media. So, and thank you to everyone who gave their brutally honest opinions. Yes. We appreciate it. Thank you, Jeremy, for being honest on that, because that was a very sensitive topic. But
we appreciate you doing that.
That was hilarious and controversial. But yes, now number 3. Number 3 was dating a party girl versus a homebody. And we talked about the pros and the cons of each, why you would date one over the other. And this controversy was mainly over the party girl. Because at one point, Amber came up with her definition of a party girl. And me and Big Mike, who was the guest for that, we're like, what?
It wasn't my definition. I was clarifying what he meant because at one point...
Oh, okay. So I thought you were saying that's what your definition was.
No. At one point, he was saying, there's girls that go out and they just like to be out, but they still have their business in order. So they're not party girls. But then he said a girl that goes out too much. So I was curious, like, okay, well, if you go out too much and your business is still in order... are you a party girl? Are you only a party girl if you go out and, get crazy and your things aren't right at home? That's what I was trying to say. But it came off.
Like, on the promo clip, it was her saying, like, a party girl is a girl who goes out too much and does things she has no business doing. So we were like, wait, who said that? Like, where did that come from? But now it makes sense. But that was still a controversial topic because I think some girls, they might have took it personally when they heard, like, different definitions of, like, a party girl, because they might feel like, yeah, I like to go out and party sometimes, but that doesn't mean that I don't have my stuff together, kind of like, what you were saying. So that was a pretty controversial topic. And then, of course, like, even some people were saying, like, well, just because I like to go out and party doesn't mean that I'd be less of a good girlfriend than a girl who likes to be a homebody, which I could understand, because because then another thing that came up in our discussion was like homebodies can be seen as boring.
Mm-hmm.
So number 4, this one was actually an episode just with the two of us, and it was on approaching a guy. The reason this was controversial was because, well, one, when we posted it, surprisingly, a lot of women were down for the whole approaching a guy thing, even though both of us were kind of against it. Like, we weren't, like, we didn't think it was appropriate to, like, be aggressive, I guess, or more aggressive than how we felt. We thought subtle.
Right.
However, she and I couldn't agree on what, you know, was an appropriate way to approach a guy. Like, so in the episode, you'll see we used an example of like liking pictures on Instagram. So I thought, you know, that was a subtle way to like show interest but not be too forward. So like, you know, liking a picture of a guy, maybe 2 to 3 of his pictures, and then when he posts new pictures, make sure you like it. Amber, on the other hand.
Well, wait, you also said, you said a comment, and that's what I disagree with. I said I wouldn't, if I left a comment, it wouldn't be like commenting on his looks or his appearance or like saying.
No, the promo clip was you saying you wouldn't like a picture of him.
That was not
You would like the picture of something else.
That was not the promo clip.
I could have sworn, hold on. Because I don't remember anything about a comment being in that
it was
clip.
Totally comment.
I do not remember that.
Give this a thumbs up if you remember.
No, I'm about to play this because I don't.
Like, I might go as far as if I see, like, after I like his pictures, he likes mine, I might go comment on one of his pictures, not right away, but like a week or when he uploads his next picture. My comment would be on a picture.
Oh, okay. I thought you said like.
No.
Okay.
I would like a picture of him.
Okay, that's why I said that. I thought you were saying, okay, I don't think I listened to it properly. I thought you said you would like a picture not of him. That's why I was like, what? Like,
that's extremely too big.
Okay, now it makes a lot more sense. Okay.
I would totally, you know, like a picture of someone I was interested in. But if I didn't know someone, if I didn't know a guy, and I'm interested, I'm not going to comment on a picture of him.
Yeah, you would comment on like a picture not of him, but you would like a picture of him.
Yeah, that's
okay. I can actually agree with that. It depends. Like, if we've been liking each other's pictures back and forth for a long time, then I might comment something. But I think I agree with you. I would be more likely to comment on like a funny post that he posted or something, but not necessarily like, oh, you look good, or like, oh. But then again, I feel like I may have, or I've seen like, you know, someone comment like, oh, like if I commented on a dude's picture and he was in it, it would not be like, oh, you look good. It would be like, oh, that outfit is nice, or oh, like, I don't know.
I mean, I could see that and I don't knock it, but that just wouldn't be my style.
Right.
But
I definitely misheard that clip. Amber was right. It was about comments. I thought that she said she wouldn't like a picture
that's extreme.
of the dude. That's why I reacted like that. Because even in that episode, I think when I repeated it back, I said that. Like,
that's extreme.
Yeah, that was my mishap. So, but it's still controversial though, because there were a lot of like back and forth in our comments when we posted the clip, because some women were saying like, I would never approach a guy, like, don't do it, and then other women were like, it's 27, well, at that time it was 2017, it's 2017, like, you just gotta go for what you want. So,
and hey, I mean, what's to you if that's what you do?
Not knocking anybody who does it. I know plenty of girls who succeeded in that, so go for it. That's just not me. So yeah, that is number 4. So the 5th one we're going to talk about today was when we talked about side chicks versus side dudes with Erin.
That was a good episode.
Yeah, that was
very controversial.
We talked about like the differences, like how, you know, a side dude feels like good about like basically being like the side dude, and they feel like, oh, even though she has this dude, like they still feel superior over him because she's still coming to him or whatever. Whereas a side chick never really feels like she's superior over the main chick.
Right.
Type of thing.
Yeah, and it was really interesting to look at it that way. Because I think we kind of maybe all subconsciously thought it, but when you like compare the two, it's
directly.
It's totally different.
Yeah.
And
so, the reason this is so controversial was that when we posted this, so many people were like commenting and like implying that we were like promoting being a side chick, and then how like the whole SZA the Weeknd song at that time was kind of fairly new and hot. So they're like, oh, now that SZA came out with the Weeknd, everybody's promoting being a side chick, and 2017 is a year for the side chick, apparently. Like, people, we were getting crucified.
Yes.
So, just to clarify, we were not saying or promoting being a side chick or a side dude.
Anyway.
This was just an interesting way to see the perspective from each person, to see what it's like being a side dude versus being a side chick, and seeing how the two, you know, react to different things, and how, because both situations were very transparent and honest about the feelings and how they felt about it. It was just seeing it, but like not necessarily promoting doing it.
No, but it is something that happens. And, I mean, it's something that should be talked about. This is a relationship show. So, you know, it's just putting honesty out about it.
And if anything, I feel like it should teach you something, because there's a reason why dudes go to side chicks, and there's a reason why women go to side dudes. So in that episode, you're learning that. You're learning exactly what that person was getting from that side chick that they felt like they couldn't from their relationship, and the same with the side dude. So it was just a learning type of
But
episode.
we were never saying like that's an option you should think about.
Yeah, and we were never promoting it like, oh, go be a side chick. No. That's the new wave. Like, no, that was not the intention. So
it was just a healthy, controversial discussion.
Yes, about side dudes versus side chicks, because they have very different experiences. So check it out. And the last episode that we're going to talk about today for our controversial top 6 is the Friendzone. This was controversial because our guest for that was Cordell, and he was talking about why a man would friendzone a woman, and basically, because I think it started off with we didn't feel like men could friendzone a woman, and so he went into like how women do get friendzoned and why they get friendzoned. And so then we went even deeper into scenarios where girls may feel like they're being friendzoned, but it's like even though they're being friendzoned, the dude would still have sex with them. They just would never be in a relationship with them. And so like we see that as the friend zone before a man, they might not. I mean, I'm sorry. Men see that as the friend zone, whereas us, we don't see it that way, because when we friend zone a guy, there is no sexual activity going on.
And we also, you know, expressed that a woman can friend zone a man that she's attracted to, but a man doesn't do that. We learned, so.
Yeah, we definitely talked about that, how a man is unable to pretty much friend zone a woman he's attracted to. So.
But people have different feelings about that. Some people
we saw. Some people absolutely. That's why it's controversial, because so many people either disagreed or agreed. They were going back and forth in the comments. So, yeah, that was a good one. I did learn some tips. So, thanks, Cordell.
Thank you.
Because you definitely taught us something during that episode. Because we can't say we learn all the time, but we learned in that episode. So that wraps up our top 6 most controversial episodes. We'll have links down below of each episode so that you can check out the full one. All of them are entertaining. All of them are hilarious. So make sure you check them out. Thanks again for watching. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a big old thumbs up. Thanks again. And until next week, bye-bye.